Listen to me, do not you dare scroll past this video. I need you to stop everything you are doing right now. I don't care if you're laying in bed, staring at the ceiling at 2 in the morning. I don't care if you're sitting in your car in the parking lot of your job, and you just don't have the energy to turn the engine off and go inside. I don't care if you're in the bathroom pretending to take a shower just so you can get 5 minutes of peace away from the people in your house. Wherever you are, whatever you are doing, I need you to lock in on my voice right now, because I know exactly why you clicked on this. You are tired. You are not just regular tired. You are soul tired. You are exhausted down to your bones. And you came here looking for a reason. You came here hoping that somebody somewhere would say the exact right combination of words that would make you want to keep breathing, keep pushing, keep trying. Well, I'm going to give it to you, but I'm not going to do it the way you think. I am not going to sugarcoat a single thing I say to you today. I am not going to give you some cute little quote that you can put on a picture of a sunset and post on your social media. We are going to have some real talk right now, and if you are not ready for the truth, you need to turn this off right now. But if you are ready to get up off the mat, you stay right here. You feel like you are losing, don't you? You feel like no matter what you do, no matter how hard you try, you just keep taking hits. You wake up every single day and you put on your clothes and you paste that smile on your face and you go out into the world and you act like you have it all together. But on the inside you are barely holding it together with duct tape and prayers. You are drowning in quiet. And the worst part about it is that nobody really knows. Nobody sees the heaviness you carry around with you. You go to the grocery store, you go to the gas station, you sit at your desk, and you look perfectly fine. But the second you are alone, the mask falls off, the tears come. The anxiety hits your chest like a freight train. You start asking yourself those dark questions. You start wondering if you even matter. You start wondering if anybody would even really miss you if you just disappeared. You start looking at your life and thinking, is this all there is? Is this as good as it gets? Let me tell you something right now. That feeling right there, that feeling of absolute emptiness and despair, that is not the end of your story. That is the setup for the greatest comeback you have ever seen in your life. But you have to hear me when I tell you this. You are not going to find the reason to keep going out there. You are not going to find it in another person. You are not going to find it in a new relationship. You are not going to find it in a new job, a new city, or a new car. You have been looking outside of yourself for a rescue that is never going to come. And until you realize that the only person who is going to save you is staring back at you in that mirror, you are going to stay stuck in this exact same spot. I know what you are dealing with. I know the pain you are carrying. I know about the relationship that drained the life out of you. I know about the person you gave your whole heart to, and they just walked away like you meant nothing. I know about the sleepless nights where you lay there replaying every conversation, trying to figure out what you did wrong, trying to figure out why you weren't enough. Let me help you out with that right now. You did nothing wrong, and you were enough. The problem wasn't you. The problem was that you were pouring your water into a cup that had a hole in the bottom. You were trying to love somebody who did not have the capacity to love you back. And instead of walking away when you saw the signs, instead of protecting your own peace, you kept trying. You kept forgiving. You kept making excuses for them. You kept bending yourself into a pretzel trying to be exactly what they wanted, and it still wasn't good enough. And now you are sitting there with nothing left to give. You are empty. You feel used up. You feel discarded. And I need you to listen to me very carefully. Stop being mad at them. I know that sounds crazy. Stop being mad at the person who broke your heart, and start being mad at yourself for letting them do it. I am not saying this to hurt you. I am saying this because I love you enough to tell you the truth. When somebody shows you who they are, believe them. When somebody tells you they don't want a relationship, believe them. When somebody ignores your texts for 3 days and then pops up like nothing happened, believe them. When somebody makes you feel crazy for having feelings, believe them. They are telling you exactly who they are. But you were so busy trying to write a script in your head about who you wanted them to be that you ignored the reality of who they actually were. You gave away your power, you gave away your dignity, you gave away your peace, and you have been sitting in the aftermath of that decision ever since. But here is the beautiful thing about rock bottom. When you are down there at the bottom, there is only one direction left to go, and that is up. You have hit the floor so hard that you don't have anywhere else to fall. And sometimes that is exactly what it takes. Sometimes God has to let you lose everything so you can finally realize that you never needed any of it in the first place. You didn't need that person who was playing games with your heart. You didn't need those friends who only called you when they wanted something. You didn't need that lifestyle that was financed by debt just to impress people who don't even like you. You had to lose all of that dead weight so you could finally figure out how strong you actually are. You are a whole lot stronger than you give yourself credit for. Do you hear me? You have survived 100% of your bad days. Every single time you thought you were going to fall apart, you didn't. Every single time you thought you couldn't take another step, you took one anyway. Every single time you thought the pain was going to kill you, it didn't. You are still here. And the fact that you are still here, breathing, clicking on this video, looking for a reason, that tells me everything I need to know about you. There is a fighter inside of you. It is buried under a whole lot of pain, and a whole lot of disappointment, and a whole lot of heartbreak, but it is in there. And my job today is to wake it up. I want you to think about the people who are watching you right now. I don't care if you have kids. I don't care if you have younger siblings. I don't care if you have nieces or nephews. I don't care if it's just your mama watching you. Somebody is watching how you handle this moment. Somebody is watching to see if you are going to quit. And if you quit, you are telling them that it is okay to quit. You are showing them that when things get hard, you just lay down and die. Is that the lesson you want to leave behind? You want to be the cautionary tale, or do you want to be the testimony? I promise you, you want to be the testimony. You want to be the one they talk about years from now at the family gathering. You remember when things got so bad for them. You remember when they lost everything. Look at them now. Look at what they built. Look at how they came out of that fire. That is what you want, but you don't get there by giving up. You don't get there by feeling sorry for yourself. You get there by getting up every single day and putting in the work. And I know the work is hard. I know it feels impossible. I know that getting out of bed feels like running a marathon right now. But you have to start somewhere. You have to start with the small things. If you can't fix your whole life today, fix your bed. If you can't fix your bed, take a shower. If you can't take a shower, just brush your teeth. But you have to do something that proves to yourself that you still care about you. Because right now you are neglecting yourself. You are treating yourself worse than that ex treated you. You are abusing yourself with your own thoughts. You are saying things to yourself in the dark that you would never let another human being say to you. Why are you doing that? Why are you bullying yourself? You have been through enough. You don't need to be your own enemy right now. You need to be your own best friend. You need to start talking to yourself like you would talk to somebody you love. You have to change the narrative in your head. That voice that keeps telling you that you are a failure, that you are too old, that you have missed your chance, that nobody is ever going to love you again, you have to shut that voice down. It is lying to you, it is feeding off your fear, and you have to starve it. You starve it with action. You starve it with discipline. You starve it by getting up and doing the thing you don't want to do. Motivation is not going to save you. I don't care how many videos you watch. I don't care how many books you read. Motivation is a feeling, and feelings change. You are not always going to feel like doing the right thing. You are not always going to feel like going to work. You are not always going to feel like eating right or working out or being kind. But discipline is a decision. Discipline says I am going to do this because it is good for me, whether I feel like it or not. And if you do not master your own discipline, you are going to spend the rest of your life being a slave to your feelings. And your feelings will ruin your life if you let them. Let me talk to the folks who are dealing with the relationship stuff right now, because I know that is where a lot of this pain is coming from. You are sitting there heartbroken because you thought this was the one. You thought you were going to marry this person. You thought you were going to build a life with them. You had the whole thing planned out in your head. The house, the kids, the holidays, the growing old together, and they just ripped it away from you. They ghosted you, they cheated on you, they told you they needed space, they told you they weren't ready. They gave you every excuse in the book, and you have been sitting there trying to make sense out of nonsense. Let me set you free right now. You will never make sense out of what they did, because what they did didn't make any sense. You cannot apply logic to a person who is acting out of their own brokenness. You are trying to have a rational conversation with an irrational situation. It will drive you crazy. You have to let it go, not for them. They don't deserve your peace. You have to let it go for you. You have to understand your own value. When you know who you are, you don't have to chase people. When you know what you bring to the table, you don't have to beg anybody to sit down and eat with you. You have been begging, you have been chasing, you have been sending paragraph after paragraph trying to explain your feelings to somebody who doesn't care about your feelings. Stop it, have some dignity, put the phone down, block the number, delete the pictures. Stop stalking their social media trying to see if they are happy without you. Who cares if they are happy? Are you happy? That is the only question that matters. You are so focused on what they are doing that you are neglecting what you are supposed to be doing. You are supposed to be healing. You are supposed to be rebuilding. You are supposed to be getting yourself together so that the next time love shows up, you are ready for it. But you can't be ready for the next thing if you are still holding on to the last thing. You have got to learn how to be alone without being lonely. There is a difference. Being lonely is a feeling of emptiness. Being alone is a state of peace, and you need to get comfortable being by yourself. Because if you can't be happy by yourself, you are never going to be happy with somebody else. You will just bring your emptiness into the next relationship and expect them to fill it. And that is not fair to them, and it is not fair to you. You need to take this time right now to date yourself. You need to take yourself out to dinner. You need to buy yourself the flowers. You need to look in the mirror and fall in love with the person staring back at you. Because that person has been through hell and back and is still standing. That person deserves some love. And if you won't give it to yourself, why should anybody else? Now let me talk to the folks who are struggling in other areas. Maybe your relationship is fine, but your career is a mess. Maybe you are working a job that you hate, making money that barely covers your bills, and you feel like you are just existing. You feel like you are on a treadmill, running as fast as you can, but not getting anywhere. You look at your bank account and you get sick to your stomach. You look at your peers and you see them buying houses and taking vacations, and you are trying to figure out how to pay for your groceries this week. And the shame is eating you alive. You feel like a failure. You feel like you are falling behind. You feel like time is running out. I need you to stop looking at other people's highlight reels. Social media has ruined your mind. You're comparing your behind the scenes to everybody else's director's cut. You don't know what it took for them to get that house. You don't know if they are drowning in debt to fund that vacation. You don't know what is happening behind closed doors in their marriage. All you see is the surface. And you are letting the surface make you feel bad about your own depth. You are on your own timeline. You are not behind. You are not early. You are exactly where you are supposed to be. But you have to put in the work to get to where you want to be. You cannot complain about where you are if you are not willing to do what it takes to change it. If you hate your job, start looking for a new one. If you don't have the skills, go learn the skills. We live in an era where you can learn anything you want for free on the internet. You have a smartphone in your pocket that has more access to information than the President of the United States had 30 years ago. And you are using it to argue with strangers in the comments section and watch funny cat videos. You have to change your inputs to change your outputs. If you keep feeding your mind garbage, your life is going to produce garbage. You need to start reading. You need to start listening to people who have what you want. You need to start surrounding yourself with energy that pulls you up instead of dragging you down. And I know what you are saying. You are saying you don't have the time. You don't have the energy. You are too tired after work. Let me tell you something about being tired. You are going to be tired whether you pursue your goals or not. You are going to be tired at the end of the day regardless. So you might as well be tired from chasing something you love instead of being tired from just surviving. Surviving is exhausting. Building is tiring too, but at least when you go to sleep at night, you feel like you are moving in a direction. You feel like you have a purpose, and purpose gives you energy that sleep cannot give you. You have to find your why, and your why cannot be money. Money is just a tool. Money does not make you happy. Money just makes you more of who you already are. If you are miserable broke, you are going to be miserable rich. Your why has to be deeper than that. Your why has to be about the life you want to create. Your why has to be about the freedom you want to feel. Your why has to be about the people you want to help. When you figure out your why, you will be able to endure anyhow. You will be able to get up at 4 in the morning. You will be able to stay up late working on your craft. You will be able to take the rejection. You will be able to hear the word no 1,000 times because you know that eventually, somewhere down the road, there is a yes waiting for you. But you have to be willing to walk through the fire. Growth is uncomfortable. If it was easy, everybody would do it. If success was just handed out at the front door, the line would be wrapped around the block. But it's not easy. It requires something from you that most people are not willing to give. It requires consistency. It requires patience. It requires faith when you cannot see the whole staircase. It requires you to keep showing up even when nobody is clapping for you. And right now, nobody is clapping for you. Right now, it is just you in the dark, putting in the work, wondering if it is even making a difference. I am telling you, it is making a difference. Every time you choose discipline over comfort, you are building a muscle. Every time you choose to read instead of scrolling, you are rewiring your brain. Every time you choose to save instead of spend, you are changing your future. The small things are not small. The small things are everything. You have to stop looking for the quantum leap. You are waiting for the big break. You are waiting for the lottery ticket. You are waiting for the viral moment. You are waiting for some rich uncle you don't even have to leave you an inheritance. Stop it. Life does not work like that. Life is built in the inches. Life is built in the daily grind. It is the $5 you saved today. It is the 20 minutes you worked out today. It is the page you read today. It is the kind word you spoke today. Those are the things that compound over time and turn into a life you can be proud of. But you have to be consistent. You cannot eat well for 3 days and then eat junk for a week and wonder why your body hasn't changed. You cannot work on your goals for a week and then quit for a month and wonder why you are still in the same spot. You have to show up every single day, not when you feel like it. Every single day. And let me tell you something about the people who doubt you. Because I know you got some haters. I know you got some people in your circle who are secretly hoping you fail. I know you got some family members who roll their eyes when you talk about your dreams. I know you got some people who smile in your face but talk about you behind your back. Let them talk, let them doubt you, let them underestimate you, because that is your advantage. They don't see you coming. They think you are down for the count. They think you are finished. They have already written you off. And that is exactly where you want them to be. You don't need them to believe in you. You just need you to believe in you. And if you believe in yourself and you put in the work, the results will speak for themselves. You won't have to argue with them. You won't have to defend yourself. Your success will be the only argument you ever need. But you have to get out of your own way first. You are your own biggest obstacle right now. You are sabotaging yourself with your thoughts. You are walking around with a victim mentality. You are blaming your parents. You are blaming your ex. You are blaming the economy. You are blaming the system. And while some of those things might be true, while you might have had a rough hand dealt to you, staying stuck in that story is a choice. At some point, you have to take responsibility for your own life. You have to say, okay, this happened to me. It wasn't fair, it hurt, but I am not going to let it be the final chapter. I am taking the pen back. I am writing the rest of this story myself. That is the moment you take your power back. That is the moment you become unstoppable. You have to forgive. I know you don't want to hear that. I know you want to hold onto the anger. I know the anger feels like a shield. I know it feels like if you let go of the anger, you are letting them off the hook. But you are not letting them off the hook. You are letting yourself off the hook. Forgiveness is not for them. It is for you. You are drinking poison and expecting them to die. You are staying up at night stressed out of your mind, and they are sleeping like a baby. They are not thinking about you. They have moved on, and you are sitting there in the dark, letting them live rent-free in your head, destroying your peace, ruining your health, messing up your future. Evict them, kick them out of your mind, forgive them, not because they deserve it, but because you deserve peace. And while you are at it, forgive yourself. You have made some mistakes. You have done some things you are not proud of. You have stayed in situations you knew you shouldn't have stayed in. You have said things you wish you could take back. You have ignored your intuition so many times. We all have. You are human. You are not perfect. Stop expecting yourself to be perfect. Stop beating yourself up for not knowing what you didn't know back then. You did the best you could with the tools you had at the time. But now you have new tools. Now you know better. So do better and leave the past in the past. It does not serve you anymore. It is a heavy backpack full of rocks that you are carrying up a mountain. You have to take it off and leave it by the side of the road if you ever want to reach the top. You need to start speaking life over yourself. Words have power. The words you say about yourself become your reality. If you keep saying you are broke, you will stay broke. If you keep saying you are unlovable, you will stay unlovable. If you keep saying you are a failure, you will stay a failure. You have to start speaking like the person you want to become. Even if you don't believe it yet, you speak it until you believe it. You speak it until it becomes true. You stand in that mirror and you say, I am strong, I am capable, I am valuable, I am worthy of love. I am built for this. I am going to make it. At first, you are going to feel silly. Your brain is going to reject it because it is not used to hearing positive things. But you keep doing it. You keep programming your subconscious mind. You keep rewiring those neural pathways. And eventually it will click. Eventually you will start to walk differently. You will start to talk differently. You will start to carry yourself differently. And when you change how you carry yourself, the world will change how it treats you. I want you to think about something right now. I want you to think about the little kid you used to be. Think about that 5-year-old, that 7-year-old, that 10-year-old who had big dreams. Think about the kid who wanted to be an astronaut, or a singer, or a doctor, or just a grown-up who was happy. That kid is still inside of you. That kid is looking at you right now through your eyes, waiting for you to rescue them. Are you going to let that kid down? Are you going to let the world beat that kid into submission? Or are you going to fight for that kid? You have to become the hero that you needed when you were younger. You have to protect that inner child. You have to nurture that inner child. You have to give that inner child the life they always deserved but didn't get. That is your ultimate responsibility. Not to your boss, not to your partner, not to your friends. Your ultimate responsibility is to the soul that was put inside of your body. And you have been neglecting that soul. You have been punishing that soul. It is time to make amends. It is time to heal. Healing is not linear. I need you to understand this. You are going to have good days and you are going to have bad days. You are going to have days where you feel like you are on top of the world, and then you are going to hear a song on the radio, or smell a certain perfume, or see a certain car, and it is going to knock you right back down. That does not mean you are failing. That does not mean you are not healing. That just means you are human. You have to allow yourself to feel the feelings without letting the feelings control your actions. You can be sad and still go to work. You can be heartbroken and still work on your goals. You can be scared and still take the next step. You don't have to wait until you feel perfect to start living your life. You start living your life right in the middle of the mess. That is how you get out of the mess. You have to stop waiting for the perfect moment. The perfect moment does not exist. There is never going to be a day where all the stars align and the angels sing, and the path is completely clear. If you wait for the fear to go away before you do something, you will never do anything. Fear never goes away. Courage is not the absence of fear. Courage is being scared to death and doing it anyway. You have to learn to coexist with your fear. You have to invite your fear into the car with you, but you have to make sure you are the one driving. Fear can ride shotgun. Fear can sit in the back seat. But fear cannot have the steering wheel. You have to take the wheel. And you have to stop caring so much about what people think of you. This is a big one. This is the thing that holds more people back than anything else in the world. You are so worried about being judged. You are so worried about failing in front of other people. You are so worried about what they are going to say. Let me tell you a secret. They don't care. They are too worried about themselves to care about you. And even if they do talk about you, even if they do judge you, so what? Are they paying your bills? Are they putting food in your stomach? Are they tucking you in at night, No, their opinion of you does not pay your rent. Their opinion of you does not determine your worth. You have to get to a place in your life where you are so anchored in your own truth that the winds of other people's opinions cannot blow you over. You have to be willing to be misunderstood. You have to be willing to be talked about. You have to be willing to be the crazy one. Because the people who change the world are always the crazy ones at first. I need you to understand the concept of planting seeds. A lot of you are frustrated right now because you are putting in the work and you are not seeing the results. You are praying and you feel like God isn't listening. You are working and you feel like nobody is noticing. You are trying to be a better person and you feel like it is not making a difference. You have to understand that when you plant a seed, you don't dig it up the next day to see if it is growing. You water it, you give it sunlight, you trust the process, you trust the soil, and in its own time it will break through the surface. But it has to build its roots first, and the roots grow in the dark where nobody can see them. That is where you are right now. You are in the dark building your roots. It feels like nothing is happening, but underneath the surface a massive foundation is being built. And when you finally do break through, when you finally do see the light, your growth is going to be explosive because your roots are so deep. You cannot skip the root building phase. You have to trust the darkness. You also have to learn how to celebrate the small wins. You are so focused on the mountaintop that you are forgetting to enjoy the climb. You lost 2 pounds this week. Celebrate it. You read 10 pages of a book today. Celebrate it. You went a whole day without checking your ex's social media. Celebrate it. You got out of bed and took a shower on a day when you wanted to stay under the covers. That is a massive win. Celebrate it. You have to train your brain to look for the positive. Your brain is naturally wired to look for the negative. It is a survival mechanism, but you have to override it. You have to force yourself to see the good. Because when you start celebrating the small wins, you start building momentum, and momentum is a powerful thing. Once you get a little bit of momentum, it becomes easier to keep going. It becomes addictive. You start to feel good about yourself. You start to believe in yourself again, and that belief is the fuel that is going to take you all the way to the top. Let me tell you something about your age. I don't know how old you are. You could be 22, feeling like you are behind because everybody on the internet is a millionaire by 21. You could be 35, feeling like your youth is gone and you are stuck in a life you didn't choose. You could be 50, feeling like it is too late to start over, too late to chase a dream, too late to find love. Let me shut all of that down right now. It is never too late. It is never too late to become who you were meant to be. Colonel Sanders didn't start KFC until he was in his 60s. You think you are too old. You think your story is over. Your story is not over until you take your last breath. As long as you have breath in your lungs, you have a chance to change your life. You have a chance to write a new chapter. You do not have to live out the plot line that other people wrote for you. You can rip up the script and start writing your own, but you have to be brave enough to do it. You have to be willing to step into the unknown. The unknown is scary. I get it. We like certainty. We like comfort. Even if the comfort is miserable, at least we know what to expect. But comfort is the enemy of progress. You cannot grow in your comfort zone. You have to step out of the boat to walk on the water. You have to be willing to risk looking foolish. You have to be willing to fail, because failure is not the opposite of success. Failure is a part of success. Every successful person you have ever admired has failed more times than you can count. They just didn't stop. They failed and they learned and they adjusted and they tried again. And they kept doing that until they won. You have to give yourself permission to fail. You have to take the pressure off. It is not a life or death situation. It is just life, and life is an experiment. Try things, see what works, see what doesn't, and keep moving forward. I want to talk about your energy for a second. Your energy is your most valuable asset, more valuable than your money, more valuable than your time, because you can always make more money. You can never get back your time. But your energy determines the quality of your time, and right now your energy is leaking. You are letting people and situations drain your energy. You are having conversations with people who complain all the time. You are watching news that makes you angry. You are engaging in arguments online with people you don't even know. You are carrying grudges that weigh you down. You have to plug the leaks. You have to become ruthless about protecting your energy. You have to start saying no. No, I don't want to go to that event. No, I don't want to talk about that person. No, I don't want to watch that movie. No, I don't want to hear your gossip. You say no so you can say yes to your peace. You say no to them so you can say yes to yourself. When you start protecting your energy, people are going to get mad at you. They are going to call you selfish. They are going to say you have changed. Good, you are supposed to change. You are supposed to outgrow certain environments. You are supposed to outgrow certain relationships. If you are the smartest person in the room, you are in the wrong room. If you are the most ambitious person in your circle, you need a new circle. You have to surround yourself with people who are going where you want to go. You have to get around people who challenge you, who inspire you, who hold you accountable. If everybody around you is comfortable with being mediocre, they are going to pull you down to their level. You have to break free. You have to step into a new environment, and yes, that is uncomfortable. Yes, that is lonely at first. But it is necessary for your growth. I need you to make a decision right now, not tomorrow, not Monday, not the first of the month, right now, in this exact moment. I need you to decide that you are not going to quit. I need you to decide that no matter how hard it gets, no matter how dark it gets, no matter how lonely it gets, you are going to keep going. You are going to keep fighting. You are going to keep breathing. You are going to keep believing. That decision changes everything. Because once you make the decision that quitting is not an option, your brain starts looking for solutions instead of excuses. Once you take failure off the table, you are forced to figure it out, and you will figure it out. You are more resourceful than you realize. You are more creative than you realize. You have a well of strength inside of you that you haven't even begun to tap into. But you have to decide. You have to make the choice. Life is going to test you. The moment you make this decision, life is going to throw a curveball at you just to see if you are serious. Something is going to go wrong. Your car is going to break down. Your boss is going to get on your nerves. That person you were trying to get over is going to text you out of the blue. Life is going to test your resolve. And when it does, you have to stand firm. You have to look life in the eye and say, is that all you got? Because I am not moving. I am not budging. I have made up my mind. I have decided to win, and you cannot talk me out of it. You have a destiny to fulfill. You have a purpose to walk in. There is something inside of you that the world needs. There is a gift that only you have. There is a voice that only you can use. There is a story that only you can tell. And if you give up, the world loses that. The people who are supposed to be blessed by you never get the chance. You cannot be selfish with your gift. You have to push through the pain so you can get to the purpose. Your pain is not punishment. Your pain is preparation. It is the very thing that is qualifying you for your destiny. You had to go through that heartbreak so you could learn how to love yourself. You had to go through that betrayal so you could learn how to trust your intuition. You had to go through that poverty so you could learn how to manage your resources. You had to go through that loneliness so you could learn how to be comfortable in your own skin. Everything you have been through was a lesson, and if you drop out now, you fail the class. You have to stay in the class. You have to take the test, and you have to pass it. I know you are weary. I know your eyes are heavy. I know your heart is hurting. But weariness is a feeling. It is not a fact. Your feelings are valid, but they are not facts. The fact is you are still breathing. The fact is you have survived every bad day you have ever faced. The fact is there is a track record of resilience inside of you that goes all the way back to the day you were born. You are a survivor. You come from a long line of survivors. People who endured things you cannot even imagine, so that you could be sitting here right now. You owe it to them to keep going. You owe it to your ancestors. You owe it to your grandchildren who haven't been born yet. You are a link in a chain, and you cannot be the weak link. You have to hold on. You have to be strong. You have to stand tall. So here is your reason. If you have been waiting for a reason to keep going, this is it. Your reason is you. You are the reason. You are the prize. You are the miracle. The fact that you are alive right now, in this moment, with a heart that is beating and lungs that are breathing, that is a miracle. You are a walking, talking miracle. And you do not get to throw a miracle away. You do not get to waste a life that was given to you as a gift. You have to start treating yourself like the valuable, precious, irreplaceable creation that you are. You have to start acting like your life matters, because it does. It matters more than you know, so wipe your face. Take a deep breath, pull your shoulders back, lift your head up, and make a promise to yourself right now. Look yourself dead in the eye and make a promise that you are never going to give up on yourself again. Promise yourself that you are going to fight for your peace. You are going to fight for your joy. You are going to fight for your dreams. You are going to fight for the life you know you deserve. And you are not going to stop fighting until you get it. The road is going to be long. The road is going to be hard. But you are built for this. You are stronger than you think. You are more loved than you feel, and you are going to make it. I said you are going to make it, and I need you to hear me when I tell you that. You are going to make it, not barely, not just surviving. You are going to thrive. You are going to flourish. You are going to come out of this storm like gold that has been refined by the fire. You are going to shine. And the world is going to have to put on their sunglasses because your light is going to be so bright. Now, get up, get off the floor, go take back your life. It is waiting for you. Go get it.